You love the Redda fire, on the push up on no. And every Thursday big up the dance hall. Fan when 45 revolver fling down selection. Man grab a woman and every woman grab a man. The girl them a wind up them body to me. Sang spread out pan the gong and all I expose the tongue to how the girl them a move to how them yellow tan. Them make we and we woman can't get a long. Pan the dance done things according to plan. Soup at a bubble missing man a roast yam chicken. Ya jerk chicken in a the chicken pan. Crown and come on a look people fi can. Bogle drop out him legacy I live long himself he will bounce then tweet if you can.
There was a lot of excitement back then. That's the one thing that's kind of trippy. Although it has grown and it's gotten good, so to speak, and a lot more folks are in the scene, a lot of people are doing it. Still, though, it still seems like even back then there was a certain amount of excitement. Kind of like to our fault, since we aren't every Thursday, and plus I spent other places. I played this music that wasn't getting a lot of play before I started spinning it here. And it's kind of become a little more commonplace, which is something I wasn't used to when I first started DJing here. It was like, this kind of a newer style within the bigger reggae family that's popular here in Hawaii. Folks that visit from Europe or the US mainland or Japan, we're a Google search away from folks finding out exactly where we're at. And they can recognize the real. They'll actually see a few certain things that we do and they'll be like, okay, these folks are actually representing, the worldwide style reggae vibe that's big in countries like Italy. And this has actually got like this song right here has a lot of crossover appeal. I play this at any club and folks just groove to it.
Dry cry, even tears, even my heart cries, but who cares?
Song does really well in Hawaii because it's got that certain sensibility that goes along with the Hawaiian style. But they're into reggae, so a lot of the stuff that you would hear from local artists, I think, would be big in Jamaica. I mean, Jamaica's a very lovers rock oriented island still. You have a lot of older folks that are in their 30s and 40s. Even younger people love to hear, artists like DeVille, Lukie D, and Barris Hammond. So I mean, I listen to a lot of local artists and wish that they could get their music in the hands in Jamaica a little more. The roots of Redda Fire was me and two turntables out in Kahala, at this little bar where I just sat up and just played records for 4 hours, and I loved it. People drank they got in for free, drank very cheap beer on a Wednesday night, and just they responded, and I built some really crucial links there, and that's what I'm talking about. That energy that was there when we first started that is what I kind of miss, because now we're moving into this phase where we are beginning to be an internationally recognized weekly, and all this stuff's come down the pipe. When only a couple of years ago it was nothing more than two turntables and a bunch of records, and it was easy. And the night was over till the following week, and kind of miss that. Liloa and Mr. Bone have been there each and every Thursday, just as hardworking as I am. I mean, thankless. They're not a little underrated. Those guys give 150% to this weekly, just as much as I do, sometimes even more. So I got to thank them. But there's also other crews in town that lend their talents. We've had Solomonic Sound. Zachariah was one of our residents for a while, and we also have had Y2K, King Black Superpower, Positive Regime. We've had tons of good support from local sounds, and we're fortunate for that. Shoots, we have Taharba, DJ Sovereignty's been with us every month. That's huge. It's an icon that's with us every month, so we're very blessed with that. He also has done a lot for Redda Fire's visibility and for its energy. He brings quite a bit of energy to the turntables. So, also from the live elements, we've had some live acts. We've had ISOL just perform. We've even had the Specifics perform one time downstairs. They did really well. Yeah, we've had countless support from folks, and I think what it is we all kind of see Redda Fire as something like an alternative to everything else we have to do.